Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying this really beautiful stretch of weather we're having right now. I know I'm looking forward to getting out. So I just wanted to go over one of our articles. I'm going to do 3 videos, so they'll be short, about 5 minutes each. This one, the first one, was The Happy Feminist, right? So this was by a Nigerian author, and she has a really different take on the view of feminism than a lot of other people might, right? So, and she wants to express that. So this is a speech, right? So that's the type of essay that it is. It's a speech. So there's a formal address to her audience. There's an awareness of an audience. There's a call to action at the end. It has a lot of the traditional aspects of a speech, although it's taken from a larger excerpt. So we don't see that whole thing. We only see, part of that speech. But what we do see is great, right? So it starts out with the Nigerian man anecdote. And what I wanted to ask all of you is, what does this prove? Why would she use that anecdote, and what is this about? Well, I think what she's saying is this Nigerian man is telling her that basically the term feminist is not a good term, that she shouldn't use it, right? And why would that be the case? He believes it means that women are angry and that they hate men, right? And a lot of people, I think that it does have a stigma attached to it. At least it used to, right? And it still does, I think, in a lot of cultures and places. So the term feminist is kind of this loaded term that people think, oh, you're angry, you hate men, you're going to be fighting about everything, and it has that connotation. And because of that connotation, people shy away from it. They don't want to use it. But she's saying feminism has nothing to do with that. It could be anything we want it to be. And she reclaims the title, right? She calls herself a happy feminist, and then she adds on a whole bunch of other long words to kind of poke fun at it. But her point, I think, which was pretty clear, is that you can be a happy feminist, right? You don't have to be angry. You don't have to hate men. You don't have to be any of those things. You could be anything that you want to be. You can wear lipstick or not wear lipstick. You can wear heels or not wear heels, right? You can fight for rights or you can enjoy life, but you could still be feminist. That's her point. So she also says a lot of people say feminism is part of human rights in general, which it is, but she does distinguish the difference. And I think what she's trying to say is that human rights apply to everyone, whereas feminism is about men recognizing and realizing that women have rights and that women do feel in a lot of times that they are ignored or put second. And she's trying to say that that's why it's different from human rights, because feminism is an awareness of that. She says a lot of men are not aware of that, and she believes that that's what the main problem is. She says women are aware of it, men aren't. That's why it's an issue. And then she gives this example of her Igbo culture, right, in Africa. And what she says I thought was so interesting. And it really, this personal example and anecdote really brought the whole idea home for me. I don't know about you, but it really did for me. She says that in her culture, her brothers are the only ones who are allowed to participate in these meetings, right? But she's so fascinated and interested in the topics. She has a lot to say. She has a lot to offer. Her brothers don't even care, but they're the ones who get to go and she doesn't. She's shut out of them just because she's female. So she says that's what needs to stop. That's what needs to change. And then she says culture does not make people, people make culture. So I want you to think about that for a minute. What does that mean? Culture does not make people, people make culture. Well, if we think about it, I think what she's saying is that we are the ones paving the path. We are the ones that can make changes, and we can become the happy feminist, so to speak, or anything we want to be. Culture should not dictate that for us. So I think that's why she ends on that note. So this is really interesting, I think, to talk about gender and the roles that men and women play. And she does believe that it's not just the role of women to change this, but men and women together changing it. She thinks that's the only way that it's going to actually work. So hopefully you got a lot out of this speech. I know I did. And I'll see you in a moment for the next video.